You know, I wasn't going to make this video, but I'm going to make it today anyway because there's real world frustration out there. And what it is crashes, lag, instability with Nvidia graphics cards. Is it the hardware or the software? We don't know yet. Let's find out. Well, family, welcome back to the channel. You know it is JJ with you once again. All right, let's get down to the basics. Why am I making this video today? You guys know I'll make videos on things that are relevant to the community, and I feel today this is relevant to the community. I have one subscriber, hopefully a subscriber, say that 576.28 Nvidia drivers, I'm reading off what's going on here, errors while playing EAFC 25 game. Closes during gameplay ridiculous. I understand that frustration. Trust me, you're not the only one that's having this issue. There are many people that are having this issue. But this is what I told you on, I left my reply, and I'm just going to tell everybody here what my reply is. I said, here are a couple steps for you to try. Roll back the drivers, because if the issue started after the update, reverting back to the previous driver might help. Disable overlays. Turn off GeForce Experience, Steam, or Discord overlays to see if that resolves the issue. Verify game files. If you're using Steam, you can check for corrupted files and in the game settings. Check conflicting software. Some background applications may be interfering with EAFC 25. If they are, find out which one they are and turn them off. Which is not hard to turn off background task anyway. I tell everybody, always turn off background task. That way it'll give you a better game play. If all else fails, then I would send a ticket into Nvidia addressing your issue. So this way you can look at it, so they can look at it, my bad, and hopefully come up with a resolution to your problem. Okay? Now, I understand with problems with drivers and software and stuff, I can't come up with every resolution, but there are a couple workarounds I can talk to you about, and that's pretty much what I'm doing here today, talking about a couple workarounds when it comes to the issue of the software. So, let's dive into what the problem is. So, the major issues with Nvidia's 57628 driver, and the question is, what's going on? Everybody wants to know what's going on. So what are the fixes and improvements? What are they saying on the official release that's actually making any sense to everybody? So what we're going to do is we're going to take and go to the action screen. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up my Nvidia app talking about the latest release, and let's see what's going on. We're on the action screen. I'm using this as a reference because everybody else does, and I'm going to do it as well. Okay, so some games may display shadow flickering or corruption after updating to 576.02. And this is 576.28. This is 576.02. So this gives a good indication where the problem started in the first place. This gives a good indication because I think they went to a 576.15 and then a 576.23, I think. And then now it's at 576.28, which I have right here, and I'm showing you guys that I'm not kidding. I got 576.28. I don't have any pre-drivers loaded in. I'm using all the newest drivers. Now, this is what's not making sense to me. Okay, so the flickering in the background, this is all flickering. This is all flickering. So game crashes shortly after starting DX12 mode. Forbidden West, game freezes after loading a saved game. Gray screen crashes with multiple monitors. That might be a hint. So if you get a gray screen flashing with multiple monitors, then you might as well just unplug the secondary monitor and try it with just one monitor and see where the problem is. Try it with HDMI. Try it with a DisplayPort. I run two monitors. I run HDMI to my HDMI monitor. I run a DisplayPort adapter to my HDMI monitor. I'm still using HDMI. So they're both compatible with each other because they're both HDMI. Now, if you're using like HDMI one monitor and DisplayPort monitor direct plug-in, then yeah, that could come up with an issue like that. But with me running a converter from DisplayPort to HDMI, I don't see the issue because they both work hand in hand with each other. On my PC it does, and I'm running the 4070. So let's go back to the action screen, guys. Okay, now let's look at what else is going on that could cause the problem. They're bringing up 57602, and that's a good indicator that's where the problem started, because I'm seeing multiple of it more than one time. They're indicating that that's where it started. They know about it, and they're working on the solution. Guys, this is not something that's written overnight. An AI cannot write a solution to this problem. If they were to use AI to write a solution to this problem, it could write in more conflicting problems than solutions. So I doubt they're doing that. The people that are coding, it takes time. You remember, you're not doing AI coding, you're doing human coding. So that takes more time to come up with a solution than it would with an artificial intelligence program to actually fix the problem. So don't expect it to just pop up overnight and be fixed. So in the meantime, you have to find a band-aid to fix the problem. So it's not something that Nvidia can fix at this point other than try to fix the software. And that's what they're trying to do. That's the reason why they put the updates, so they make sure one thing gets fixed at a time. It might, or one or two things, because if you got multiple problems going at the same time, and you come up with multiple solutions, but you still have problems, guess what? Now you got to take each individual situation at a time. There's nowhere getting around that. So, and that takes time, believe it or not. That could take 6 months to a year for them to solve all these issues. Look, it's not just Nvidia that has this problem. AMD has the same problem as well. Every PC out in this world is not equal to each other. If they were, then these companies wouldn't have a problem. They would not have a problem with driver issues because all computers are the same as a whole. But since they're not, then they got to come up with a solution that will be like universal to fix everybody's computers. But some problems can't be fixed. You know, you got to realize that, and let me take you back to the main screen for a moment, and I'm going to explain why. Okay. Universal drivers for your hardware is what they use, because they can't solve the equation for everybody. It's universally done. It's like 40 series is universal, 50 series is universal, 30 series, 20 series, they're all universal, but they all share the same ecosystem universally. So they all share that same point. So don't forget your drinking snacks, guys. But they're trying to solve the problem for the 20 series, 30 series, 40 series, and 50 series. Some PCs on the 40 series don't have a problem. Some do. I've heard only a couple on the 30 series. Most of them don't. 20 series, I probably maybe heard one or two. But that's rarely going to happen. is because they're down at the bottom end of the ecosystem. The ones that are up at the higher end of the ecosystem is 40 series and 50 series. And Nvidia is trying to make most of the 50 series software compatible with the 40 series. So there's going to be problems. You have to expect this. This is the reason why AMD did not go down this rabbit hole. AMD did not go down this rabbit hole taking the 9000 series software and incorporating it to the 7000 series or the 6000 series and so on. They didn't want to go down this rabbit hole. They knew where this was going to lead. People weren't concerned too much about the software trickling down to the older generations because they knew that the architecture made for the older generations is not going to stand up to the pace of the newest generation. So they took that into consideration. They said, okay, well, we understand 9000 series has a lot faster architecture than the 7000 series, and we know the 7000 series isn't going to keep up. It could, but it couldn't. Maybe the 7900 XTX might be able to, or the 7900 XT, but looking at the ecosystem, not really. It's not really going to be beneficial to the public. But that's my 2 cents for today on this video. And if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Until the next time, and the next video, you know what it is? Guess what, guys? I'll see you on the next one.